You are tuning in to check out the AFTERBUZZ TV after show for Vikings. This is season 1, episodes 7 and 8 of King's Ransom and Sacrafice. Here we go.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Die
Antwoord.
Die Antwoord.
Yeah.
Where are they from?
Afrika Sud. South Africa.
Jaco's
It means the answer.
the answer. Wow, who knew?
That makes sense. Sure.
Welcome everyone to the Vikings after show. This is AFTERBUZZ TV. We are talking about season 1, episodes 7 and 8. Man, this shit is getting real. Episode 7 of King's Ransom and episode 8, Sacrafice. My name is James Simmons, and while we rock out to some The Answer, you can find me all over social media. Check it out at Ask the NP. NP is a nurse practitioner. Ask the NP.
And what's up, guys? You can find me online at Kari Lane. That's Karidlane.
I like you a lot.
What about you? Where do they find you?
My name's Jaco Vennings. You guys can find me all over social media at Jaco Vennings.
At Jaco
Welcome.
Vennings.
The Antwoord, the answer.
I think the Antwoord was very good for us to kick it off because they're crazy and these episodes were motherfucking crazy.
Just a little bit.
Wow. And we are going to get through these episodes this time. We promise you guys. Last episode, we had like a, what did I say, Carrie? Like an 83%, 17% split. We can't do that to you guys because you want to talk about both of them. And speaking of talking about all these episodes, we want your comments. Those of you guys watching live right now, we want your comments in the YouTube afterwards when you watch. We want you on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and everywhere.
Social
Everywhere.
media. Woo.
Everywhere is right.
Everywhere
Definitely.
is
Let's kick
right.
this show off. Let's get freaky.
And I like you a lot.
In Northumbria.
Episode 7 of King's Ransom. We start off, it's a lovely scene. The boys are floating down the river in Northumbria.
Is that really that pretty weather in Northumbria in England?
I think so.
Okay,
I
fair
think
enough.
it's
Let's
good
go.
weather.
Depends what time of year.
Okay.
Do you like how I'm sailing? I'm the boat.
That's how you
Looks,
say it.
looks like you're flying, but okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, I
Right,
was going to say. Not quite.
So the boys are sailing, and then we go into King Ayla's little, what do we call this? His hall? His
hall. That works.
Yeah.
his kingdom
Throne room?
thing, whatever. And he's like, we have this asshole who comes in and he's like, brother, where are you? And I was like, oh shit, the shit's about to go down. And it turns out they're just being
kidding.
like brothers. Right, just kidding is right. So he's like, I'm here, and where are these Northmen?
Where are they?
They're coming down the river because they got boats that can go the ocean and the river.
And
And they're
the
like,
river.
how
And
the
they
heck do
and
they
can
do
fly.
that?
And they can fly.
Yes.
How the heck do they do that is right. And they're coming down and they're like, well, they're only like a day or two away. Well, brother, if you lead the army, we'll be fine.
And how convenient they had a messenger that was able to spot them and get to them in advance, a day or two in advance. You know, just saying.
Right. To get the brother to lead the army to. I agree. Whatever.
They-
Well, I mean,
telegram
how
of
long is
sorts.
this river is long, right? This river starts at the ocean, goes all the way inland.
Yeah, that's true. We don't
Horses
have-
are
well, we
faster
don't-
than horses are faster than boats.
Yeah. So
They weren't going
least
that fast. Yeah,
They are fast.
leisurely rowing.
they are fast. Speaking of fast, these Vikings set up their camp very quickly.
Yes, they do.
And they also have tents very quickly, is right. And they also have
Yeah.
tents. Looks like a circus, right?
That's
They
Which
brought
we haven't
everything.
seen yet.
No.
It was usually just like cow skins and whatnot. Now they're all the whole striped thing, red and white.
They got sophisticated fast.
Fast is right. You guys, I never noticed that before, that they had like cow skin teepees.
TPs, yeah.
Canvas.
Now,
There you
and
go.
they're canvas. Thank you. And now they're all pretty and shiny. Astute observation, Jaco.
They apparently haven't gone camping recently. That those camps are nice and shiny clean.
They're beautiful. Yes.
Beautifully clean. But beautifully clean is right. So now they are setting up this camp, and people are anxious. They want to know, when are we going to attack? What's going to go on?
What are we going to do? What
Yeah.
are we going to do? What are we going to do? Oh my gosh. So, this same conversation happens, Jaco, to your point, with Ragnar and Rollo, and then they call him Adelwolf, right?
I think so.
think so.
Ethelwulf
Oh, I think it's more Ethel.
Well,
But
It's Ethelwolf.
it's Ethelwolf as well. Well, it's okay, James.
Okay.
It's okay.
Why
I'll
do you
leave that
make a
alone.
face?
We'll call him Ethelwolf.
We'll call
then.
him Ethelwolf
Oh,
for
because there's
now.
stuff
For
later?
now. So Ethelwolf and his men are like, dude, we need to attack them right now. They're vulnerable. Let's go. Like if a wolf comes into your sheep's garden,
Well, sheep flock.
It's in your den.
In your
Sheep's den.
den.
thank
Yeah.
you. Where do sheep live?
Well, they don't
Den?
live in a den, but I think the expression is like, oh, you're into your flock.
Into
There you
your
go.
flock, yeah.
If a wolf comes into your flock, you don't just like wait for him. You go and attack him and you shoo him out.
Yeah.
And Ethelwolf,
How dare you argue with me? All power hungry,
right?
like a wolf.
Cut to Rollo and Ragnar's just like tying a fence with that little like crazy ass look in his eyes, right?
Yep.
And Rollo's like, what are we doing? Let's attack them right now. That's them. Let's go. And Ragnar's like, no, we wait and see.
Does anybody else think Ragnar talks funny? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Talks like a
thank you.
Viking.
No. He has such a soft-spoken voice, but it's not effeminate, but it's
Right.
very delicate
That is very astute.
compared
It is
to
delicate.
the other people. Because it's like, no, it's not like he sounds girly. He's just not. It's not a deep tone. It's very soft, whimsical almost. Because when he talks, he's a little like,
It's sing-songy.
yeah.
Speaking of whimsical, it is sing-songy.
Whimsical.
So these guys set up camp, and apparently the English army has been setting up camp as well. Because what is Ragnar's last line? Something to the effect of, "We'll strike when the opportunity favors us," which apparently was that night.
We'll do it when the
'Cause
odds are in our favor.
He was doing the same thing. He's like, we'll wait and see what they do first.
Right. Odds are in our favor. Yes. Thank
And
you,
apparently the
Malcolm.
British don't think to send up guards.
Okay, Carrie, thank you. That was my point. Where's the lookout guy?
My only thought of why this is okay is like when during this, like when British and early Americas, how the British weren't ready for guerrilla warfare because they're like, oh no, we all stand in line and we do very formulaic fighting. And the Americans were like, no, we're going to do weird, crazy shit that you're not ready for. So I'm thinking that's what was going on with Northumbria, that they're like, no, we have a procedure of how you do battle. So them just doing stuff in the
Right.
middle of the night, because they are so British, because there's another part later
are
where
so
they're
British.
like,
So
they're
British.
so,
So British.
polite.
But you've said all this. You have to from now on.
Yeah.
You have to speak in a British accent. Go.
I'm afraid my British accent would be a bit more Australian.
I was
Just
a
saying.
harsh. You go.
Right. I think here, I'll set you up just a little bit, Carrie. I agree. I think that
It's horrible.
This
it's good,
proper,
yeah.
the right war should be very organised and proper. Apparently.
Yes, and so surprise attacks are just the epitome of rudeness.
Oh,
So they
disgusting.
can't do it.
Horrible.
But luckily, the Vikings, they don't care about rudeness, do they?
No.
They are rude. Rude is their thing. That's horrible. See,
I was going to say your accent.
That's what I'm saying. Go with it. Just go with it.
Go
Mine is
with it
really
is
bad.
right.
Oh, wait, then we can get the few ones. We get South African. Mine would probably be more Australian, then you could get British. Ready?
Right,
Go.
let's do it. So
Okay.
what happens later on then in this evening, what happens is all the British, they're really fucking stupid and they're laying down, they're sleeping. And then what happens?
What happens is
A lot
they
of
go
them
there,
die.
they get slaughtered, man. Like right through the knives. They just slaughters everybody.
And
Yeah.
they get halfway into the camp, setting things on fire, killing like half the dudes before
Yeah.
someone wakes up. Awake! Awake!
Yes.
Oh, we're...
Arm yourselves.
And then they cut the leader guy's tent down. That was great. Go, Floki.
Well, right, because he's sitting there, he's praying and he's praying and
Yes.
he's praying and he's praying, and then the guy's like, "Dude, come on, we're getting
he's
attacked."
like,
He's
"Hold
like
on."
praying and praying and praying, and then Floki's, do it, Jaco.
Is that a very good leader?
I was going to say, I don't think that's quite as Google, but that's okay.
And then down he
But
goes.
that's,
I get what you mean, but
you know what,
anyway.
Gary? What you guys know, and that's all that matters.
Right, that's all that matters. So, what matters is that they capture the brother and they kill everyone. And
Not
it
everyone. They had
pisses-
prisoners in the next shot. They had a bunch of them tied up, which later are
true,
tied up with the brother.
True.
But-
They capture them, some brothers.
Yeah.
Somebody gets away to then go tell King Ayla,
Yep.
oh, they lost. And oh, by the way, they have your brother. And there's this kind of scene I thought it was really interesting. The in King Ayla's hall, whatever we decide to call it,
Yep.
everyone's like, these must be sent from God because they're
We're bad people and we're being punished.
being punished, right? Or who else would punish you but
The devil.
ding, ding, ding.
Roll your eyes.
And then the realist comes along, my people, right?
He's like, hold up.
He's like,
He's like a Democrat. Is this kind of the same thing?
yeah,
Is he like Donald Trump?
he's
No.
just real. He's just breaking
He's
it
like
down.
Hillary Clinton.
He's like Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton
He's
is
like,
very
let's
real.
just pay them and go away. They'll go away.
Totally. Well, he's like, maybe these guys are just here of their own accord and they're just a
Yep.
bunch of fucking assholes and we should give them some money. And everyone's like, no, you're an idiot. And then King Ayla's like, well, maybe you're up to something, you know?
He's like, it's not a bad idea.
Yeah. So, and then this brilliant move that Ragnar does, come on, this was awesome. He rolls up with the brother on the horse and gets right up to King Ayla
Just out of arrow range.
and then turns around and walks away.
That was the part where the British were, I'm like, these are the epitome of British. They ride out and they're like, so will you come in and talk? So, and they leave and they're like, wait, does that mean you're leaving? And you're like, this is why the British are the way they are today.
That's why you're dying all the time.
Dying
You
is...
guys don't know how to
They don't
war.
understand. They're like, this is not proper decorum. What is going on?
Don't you know how to war? Don't you know how to war properly?
Yeah.
Right. Well, then Ragnar basically like, look, I'm not playing with you, dude. I got your brother.
Yep.
Like, this is what's up.
He's
So,
smart too of not talking at first either.
Yeah. Just
Though this
Keeping
is the
it
first
chill.
episode where when jumping between languages, they didn't do as good of a job, I must say. I noticed.
very good. What did you guys think, by the way?
Just saying.
Just subtle reminder, if you agree with Kari, I kind of do too.
Yeah.
By the way, that they didn't do a great job with the languages here, but what do you guys think about how they treat the languages and everything else here? So since we're on this roll, we're talking about this storyline, we're just going to keep it going. So they finally get, the Ragnar and the boys get invited back to King Ayla's hall or whatever, and they're like, oh, let's talk. So they roll in.
And eat.
And King Ayla's like, Ragnar Lothbrok, I've heard a lot about you. You must be... You all right there, Jaco?
I'm good.
Mechanical
No, I'm
issues
I'm
with you.
mesmerized by the
Are
story.
you?
Yeah.
Thank you. It's story time. So, and King Ayla's like, rah, 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 this and that. And the dude's like, maybe we should invite them to eat.
They look hungry.
Would you trust their food though?
No.
I would be kind of
No.
suspicious.
Does any... Oh, why would you be suspicious?
If I'm going into my enemy's camp, what an easy way to get rid of me. Right?
They've got a whole camp outside, so if they do
So,
something, they
They
kill it.
clearly
Then they
are
then
pretty.
then they
We
kill his
learn
bro-
later they're not very honorable British.
Then
So
they kill his brother.
True.
anyway,
They have the brothers ransom.
Vikings don't give a shit.
Very interesting point. So we will continue on with the feast here. We're just going to keep this storyline going. So
do it.
they come in and they meet the family, and then
I like that the wife's more sexy, by the way, at this moment. Earlier, her
the wife's
outfit was
such-
completely covered, and then when they meet everybody, it's like off the shoulder, and I'm like, wait, she gets all sexy when the visitors come.
Now, was that sexy? Was that Northumbria like chic?
There's bare shoulders. Yeah, that's kind of scandalous compared to how she was before, of like up to the neck of skin covered.
Is it Christian scandalous?
Apparently,
It's a long.
she might have shown an ankle.
Right.
Yeah.
What was that, Jaco?
Nothing. I'll get to it in a second.
Oh, Jaco
Yeah.
will get to it in a
I've
second.
got the perfect place for it.
Okay.
So
So-
we meet, the food gets set down, they start eating like heathens, and then this was a really great like cultural dichotomy going on here, and they're just like rah, rah, doing very Vikingsy things, and then the one priest is like, dear Heavenly Father, once again the British are all about their order, aren't they?
Yes.
And like you have to do it in this certain particular way. So like, oh, Heavenly Father, whatever, and then there's some singing, and the Vikings are like, this eating and this singing, or this praying and this singing is crazy. We're hungry.
Let's eat. Boom, boom, boom.
They just
Eat.
laugh at
And
it.
laugh at it. Let's go.
Right.
Boom. Yeah. So, King, do you want to talk? Let's talk.
Boom.
Let's go.
Oh, damn it, I boomed.
It's okay.
It's okay.
I was gonna stop booming. You guys count how many booms I do. I gotta stop this booming. So what do they talk about, Jaco?
They just say, hey, listen, 2,000 pounds, gold and silver, that's what it's going to take to get your brother back.
Are you crazy?
No, it's just what
Yeah.
it's going to be. So take it or leave it. So now the gods come in. This is where stuff gets real, because they think they're going
Real.
to, what you said, at the dinner table. And the Vikings, they're happy about it. Looks like they're getting up ready for the fight.
Are they ready for the fight though?
I think they are.
Yep.
Because there's some
they
other-
go down swinging.
There's
Oh, they
some
will.
other conditions though.
We haven't really gone to it, but I want to mention I was so happy that old dude went with them
Yeah.
On the yes.
because he's there. He's ready to fight.
He sure is ready to fight. And he's
Yeah.
like the most
I liked
badass
him.
fighter. Well, these other conditions kind of come into play
Yep.
though. With King
Yeah.
Ayla's like, fine, I'll pay, but you got to give me my brother. And
Go
you
back
gotta
to camp.
Go back to your camp.
Go back to camp.
Stop killing my people.
That one's reasonable.
And the big one,
One of you has to be baptized. Though, you know what? In that whole thing, I would kind of argue that it's invalid because the person who's being baptized needs to believe in it. Otherwise, it's just like you just got put underwater. So it's purely symbolic and no
Just took a
meaning
bath.
to it. So
Right.
I was just like, I'm so surprised. So they only did it for like the symbolism of it. Because obviously those people don't believe in it.
Right.
Just saying.
Well, it falls right in line with their thing about order, right? They didn't
Yeah.
war orderly.
I
You're
will
not
fight a
invading me
Christian
orderly.
man or make a deal
Correct.
with a man who's Christian.
As long as he's Christian.
Just
So,
saying.
surprisingly, you know who agrees to be baptized.
Why do you say that?
I think he's trying to get in favor with the king. That was one of my reasons to do it.
Ooh, very good. Do we have other thoughts as to why? Rollo!
I just think he's willing and ready to. Rollo is willing and ready
Mm-hmm.
to experience and get out there, and just
Oh, he's been learning English, which he says
Yep.
this moment later
yeah,
Oh, very
exactly.
Yeah.
I'll be your Christian.
good.
with his thick accent.
Say it again in your thick accent, Jaco.
I think I will be your Christian.
Christian.
Yeah.
Christian.
Awesome. So we're going to stay with this storyline. I'm not forgetting about you, Cut to Cut. We're coming back to you because a couple things happen there, but we can burn through it really quick. So we get to the baptism. And thank you. Can I get an amen? Can I get an
Amen.
amen? Because
Amen.
the first scene at the baptism is Rollo with his shirt off.
Yeah, hard bod. Hard bod alert.
Yeah.
It's all right. No, just
All right.
I'm kidding.
I'll do
Damn
it for you.
kids.
Boom.
But thank you.
And that's your boom.
Ooh, Clive Standen, you can tweet me anytime.
I looked up photos of him, and I do like him better with the shorter hair and a little more
really?
groomed. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
On his
rocking-
IMDb page.
He was rocking the man bun for a long time while they were filming all of this stuff. I like the man bun. Not on everyone. Not on your average hipster.
This is true.
But on him.
Many don't.
It works. So there's this weird baptism. It's kind of
Awkward.
funny. He's like, you're going to do whatever. And he tries to like
Yeah.
push Rollo down. Rollo is
And
not
then-
having any of it.
Yeah, I don't know why he's even scared of the priest reaching over to like touch him. He's just like, you've agreed to do this. Why are you afraid of a dude reaching out and poking you in the face?
I
He's
wonder
like,
if he's scared because he thinks there might be actual something to their faith. So if he
No.
touches them, they're going to be like, ooh, the Holy Ghost, or your God, or I'm going to be cursed because they believe in God. So
nah.
Interesting. I didn't
But
go
good
there.
point. That's a good way to think of it. But
Yeah, it is good, Jaco. I didn't go there at all. You're so smart. Pretty and smart. Damn it. Speaking of pretty and smart, Pretty Boy gets a new name, which is not creative at all. Did you guys hear it?
Ralph.
Rolf,
Rolf. Really? From Rollo to Rolf?
it's close-ish.
Barf. So,
How British a name.
he's baptized, meeting one of the conditions. The other condition, stop killing our people. And,
Sure.
all right, fine. So the
They
Vikings
went back to camp.
go back to camp,
Yeah.
right? They're
Yep.
trying to play along, right? Aren't they?
They are trying to play along, and they
Yeah.
are playing a game between Rollo and some other dudes, and he's winning. You know, best of luck to you. And Flock is sitting there, and he's like, well, congratulations, Rolf, on winning the game.
That was good. That was a pretty good Floki.
Yeah.
And Raul's like, really? Did you really think I did it? It was just a joke, man.
So yeah, but
Floki's
you made
like, I don't care.
so
you
you
were
made the gods
angry.
angry. Yeah,
Yep.
they're angry.
Yep.
So, and
You've
you,
insulted them.
How will Odin ever forgive you?
Yeah.
Because Odin is the big god here, I guess, between
Yeah.
all the gods. You
Yep.
know,
He's
So,
like numero uno.
yeah.
So numero uno decides to bring a cart full of what we assume at the time is their 2,000 pounds worth of gold and silver.
I thought it might have actually been the snakes.
Snakes.
Ooh, from previous
Would have
Yeah.
been sneaky.
episodes.
Snakes
I
would have
mean,
been
you'd only
sneaky.
kill maybe one or two
Two
of them, but it would
yeah.
still totally mess with
It
them.
would have been like a big...
Yeah.
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 Well, what
Well,
else was a big...
The big one was
Empty.
empty, a whole lot big of nothing. Empty
Yeah.
Totally.
fangs, whatever you call it, chests.
And what else happens?
Surprise.
Oh, man.
All
I
right.
think they could have run back in time,
can't.
though.
They could have run...
Like
oh,
where they were to where the horses were, I felt like they could have made it back.
They
before,
definitely
but-
sent the 4 Vikings that did
Whatever.
not compete in the Greece Olympics.
And then I was wondering
No,
if they
right.
brought any girls with them, and lo and behold, when they do that battle, then there were at least 2 girls. Because I was like, where are the girls? Because they've brought 1 or 2 occasionally.
I literally, like, my next note is women kicking ass.
Yeah.
But how amazing is, before we even get to the ass kicking, is that, you know,
gate?
well, the gate's lifting up and we saw the
No,
kick
the
is cool.
gate was
It's
awesome.
clever. That's Floki ingenuity right there.
Totally.
Floki
Okay.
is the builder. Floki.
That's Floki's noise.
That's
Yeah.
Floki's noise. But
Well, he
what's
is
cool
magical.
though was even before the gate is the people are running towards them. And did you guys see how the Vikings, the tall dude, everybody
Yeah.
just picks up their shields, get information, not scared, not running,
They're in
not,
their little
not chaos.
triangle.
There's no chaos. It's just like, okay, this is happening, so let me just go get my sword and my shield.
But that's what they do all the time.
So
That gate
cool.
was awesome.
So cool.
And they were
I
in that
loved it.
Perfect V. I
Yep.
loved it too.
They're ready to go.
Yep.
They
And
have better training than everybody yet.
the English are like, oh, we're coming to kill you. Not very orderly.
No.
And then,
There's the one place they don't
Okay.
have order
correct.
when they fight.
Apparently, they don't know how to fight very well.
No. Well, they haven't had many people probably to fight.
Each other.
Well, it's basically,
Yeah.
I wrote it down, it's like Navy SEALs against Aziz Azar. I thought that was kind of like the best, like a Navy SEAL, like, I'm gonna kick your fucking ass against, like, who can I say? Like Aziz Azar. That's what I came up with.
Yeah.
Don't you guys think?
I like it.
The English, they were like all these puny little white dudes. Not that Aziz Azar is white, but I'm just
I
saying.
was just going to say, I'm like, of
Yeah, he's
all
not
the
white.
people you picked,
But
you
I
were
just- he's
so
like,
racist. No, I'm just kidding.
Jaco, you're so racist.
How can I say? I'm telling the white people are bad.
Yeah, they,
Right.
they were.
Okay,
They
yeah,
I'm
failed.
white.
That's
Well, the
true.
Vikings are a different kind of white.
Right. Y'all's a
I'm
different kind
talking
of
about the
white. And a different kind of ladies, because I do have to talk
Yes.
about these women kicking ass.
They were really
yes.
The
cool.
gate goes up, some of the horses die, some of the British guys die, and then the gate comes down. And
It
then
gives them their moment to
information.
get ready.
Yep.
Yep.
They come out and they start whooping some ever-loving ass.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
Yep.
Lots of blood splatter and
Lots of
axes
mud.
and swords and madness and whatever.
and horses
and
and-
those chicks really do. They're like no mercy whatsoever.
No.
And finally, the old guy, after taking down like
Yes.
78 British dudes,
So happy.
gets an axe to the back.
He's so happy.
He's actually so happy about
He's
it.
happy. Everybody's happy.
Finally. Isn't
Yeah.
he
He
Goes
happy?
to Valhalla.
Totally.
He's
It
so
would-
happy.
Yeah.
The smile on his face as he dies.
So if
But Ragnar almost stopped it in a way because he's like, came over to his rescue in a way, and the guy's like, no, I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm ready.
well, so James, as the MP, so if you get an axe to the back, it just looked like he got sliced. So do you just let you break his back? What
I
do
was
you
going
do?
to say spinal cord is my
It,
guess.
it really depends. I think about this a lot in fight scenes.
Is there
Jaco,
a
thank
big
you.
artery back there? Like, why would he die so quickly?
No, he wouldn't die so quickly. Not from where it looked like that axe sliced him.
So even though
Okay.
his back broke, he would still be alive, though, right? Maybe they punch
he
it.
he might still be alive. He just wouldn't have any feeling. I mean, one little like swipe across your like mid back, unless they get in and like puncture
Punch
your
it, like-
lungs.
Or what if you
Or like
punch
your
like a kidney
liver.
or
Is
something?
there a spinal fluid that could be like cut
Yeah,
kind of
but
idea?
It could be, but then that would be a much slower death. The dude would just lay there for like 5 minutes.
Well, he just
mostly
lays down. It's not
conscious.
like he totally.
Maybe
Anyway.
that's why he saw Valhalla and the
Yeah.
gods coming for him, because he was delusional, because he was losing spinal fluid.
Spinal fluid
There's
is
a moment
right.
for your word
Yeah.
you try not to say.
Spinal
Fluid is right.
Thank you.
Now bring us to his brother, right? And Ragnar is saying, hey, doesn't look like your brother cared too much about you.
You know,
Yeah, he
Yeah.
left you. Sorry.
he's a liar.
And I
Yeah.
could kill you with this axe that he waves in front of his face.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Okay, earlier though, did you like when he was shoving his, when he was thrusting himself in front of the brother?
Ooh, I don't
Remember
remember
that?
that.
You do
No.
everything for me. Like you fight. Does your brother? Do you fight
Yeah,
all
does your
brother's
brother fight
battles?
all the battles?
Oh,
And he's
dude,
like,
does he do
putting
everything
his
for you in
crotch
bed?
in his face.
They like to play with that just a little. It's
Vikings
very
love
good.
fucking with people.
They do, and unfortunately, they fucked with the king by sending back his dead brother on a horse. This is how we end Northumbria. It's crazy. So we got to burn through Catacut really quick here, because not a lot happened there, but what happened in Catacut was really important.
Yes.
So Lagerthaand, she looks really good sitting on the throne, by the way.
She's very
I
preggers.
thought. She's super
Yes,
preggers.
she's great.
She's also very queenly or early.
She's very wise and smart and creative.
Yes.
Really, I like that.
Yeah, so she like the guy's like, we had a threesome, but it's the other guy's baby, and my wife's a whore. I'm
And
sorry.
they've been trying to have a baby. I think he'd be happy.
Yeah, but that's all I'm saying. And you invited
Yeah.
the other dude into the bedroom, so if he impregnated your wife, I'm just saying. So Siggy comes also and is like, I want to be your servant.
That's creepy.
Bjorn is all
I don't
snobby.
trust her at all, but
It's like,
yeah,
nah.
whatever.
What was that, Jaco?
He's like, nah, Bjorn was like, nah.
Right.
Like, why? He tried to the dad tried to kill Ragnar. So
I wouldn't do it either, and I wouldn't trust him.
I was gonna say rewind
Carrie.
1 second though. When how she explains it of how to make the pregnancy thing better, that was very ingenious description of what it could be. It was God.
It's very true.
God.
That was an ingenious.
That was a
should be
good
blessed.
legend. Like, how can I make this work and nobody's really in the wrong?
Yep.
Boom. You can't do anything.
And
there you go. I'll
see,
take your word.
You picked up my boom.
I know.
So,
but it's how many times you say it.
so far, only like 18. So
You're at 4.
Kataka, I'm at 4. Oh,
Yeah.
thanks, Steve. Am I at 4? Or is the whole group at 4 booms? Just saying.
I don't know. The Grace is 6.
So 6 for the group.
Okay.
I'm at 4. Damn it. So Lagerthaand, the daughter comes in and
Yeah.
she's like, "You're pregnant and I can feel it and whatever." And Lagerthaand's like, "I know it's a boy." "How do you know?" "Because I know. The gods told me." All right. She's like, "All right,
seer.
cool." So fast forward to then the end of Kattegat. Unfortunately, this was heartbreaking.
horrible.
So was that a
Heartbreaking.
miscarriage? Yeah.
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 Okay.
She's just
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
Because
miscarries.
it wasn't a delivery that went bad. It was just
Just
not
a-
just a, but it was a miscarriage.
She miscarries. So
She loses the child.
right. So we
Yeah.
end both storylines in death.
And blood.
We end episode 7, and we move on to the big boy.
Episode
Yeah.
8.
Episode 8, Sacrafice. So, interestingly, it took me a while to figure out the word that they were saying for this place. And I don't know why. I didn't hear it or whatever. But they're going to Uppsala.
Yeah.
Upsell it.
You need to watch it with
They're
subtitles.
going to toss salad. Apparently, I do need to watch it with
It said Uppsala.
Uppsala.
Yeah.
So, really quick, we are going to do Kattegat. We're going to get this Kattegat storyline out of the way. So Ragnar starts off on his knees and he's explaining to Athelstan what Uppsala is and why they go, and they go every 9 years and they sacrifice and all this stuff. And he's like, "Do you want to come?" And Athelstan's like, "Well, probably." And Ragnar's like, "Well, good, because I was going to bring you with me anyway." Oh, but it's a clue to something else, maybe. So all the villagers bring
I
their
hate his
gifts
hair,
through.
by the way.
Athelstan's new
Yes.
hair? Oh,
That beard and hair and those like weird baby shitty bangs.
the one little thing.
I didn't hate the beard, but it's just the weird bangs here that I was like, I hated his hair. I
Jaco-
almost didn't recognize him. I'm like, who is that?
Jaco has weird bangs. For
No,
those of
he's
you
a-
on iTunes who can't see, Jaco has weird bangs.
Do you really think so? Shit, I just got my hair cut.
No. I love your bangs, Jaco.
They're fine.
Thank you.
They're lovely. As long as Serena loves your bangs, that's all that
She
matters.
loves it.
That's good.
There you go.
So, Lagerthaand and the kids are having to pull this duty of accepting the entire village's gifts to go to Uppsala for the gods in this big sacrifice. And asshole Ragnar is sitting in the background like, getting drunk.
Drunk is
Because
right.
I'm
He's just sitting
sad I
there.
lost
Yeah.
my baby, which makes sense.
He's
but
just he's
his
angry.
wife is like, I would think she'd be more upset.
But she's handling it, right?
She is
Yeah,
handling
she's
it.
handling the whole
And I was like,
place.
she can get pregnant again.
Yeah.
But they do bring up they've tried a bit. Because I wonder, because I'm like, how much sex they have? They have not made more babies?
Yeah. Apparently they've made lots of babies and this has happened before.
That's a good question. They didn't say that, but I'm guessing it had.
They
What
hint
an-
at
I
it.
hadn't thought of it that way, but I guess they have had other miscarriages.
They hint at it, yeah.
Yeah. But another good question is what Ragnar asked Lagerthaand, saying like, why does the god give with one hand and take with the other hand? And I think it comes in play pretty nicely so far, and will in for the episodes.
Will it come into play in further episodes?
Yeah.
We don't know because we don't know the future of this
Well, prediction.
show.
Probably will.
So
I don't really know.
They're rolling down the road to Uppsala. Uppsala
Yeah.
looks freaking cool, right?
It's
like
gorgeous.
a fountain, a waterfall.
It's up
and
in the
on
mountains.
It's like gorgeous. And as they're walking in,
Just
like,
before they
summer
go,
camp.
guys,
Yeah.
at Kattegat, Athelstan, Bible open, pages going, doesn't care about it, losing his faith. No, not losing his
Little bit.
faith.
Yeah, his
Just,
book. His
Before he
Bible
goes on
fell
this
apart.
huge journey, right?
This is true.
Okay, cool.
Apropos.
And they're on the hills and enjoying
He
the view.
should have wrapped it up in something because
Yeah.
obviously,
Obviously, moss are going to get to it, yeah.
Not even moss, just the moisture would ruin it.
Plastic bag or something.
God, doesn't he have Ziploc bags like everyone else? Jesus, Athelstan. Get
But
it?
they're on the view.
Jesus.
Oh, well, you said
Athelstan.
God
Yeah.
too.
God, Jesus. So they
But it's just a book. It's what's in your heart that matters.
is that. And speaking of hearts that matter, Lagerthaand
Yeah.
has apparently a little bit of a heart because she asks Ragnar as they're walking in, does he know? And you're like, does who know what? comes into play later on. They're doing, apparently this is what you do when you first get to Uppsala.
You get blessed.
You get some crazy priest bless
Blood
you.
stuff.
Yeah. Beetlejuice.
I don't want blood splatter all
I like
over
how
my face.
on Ragnar's shot it actually does get in his eye and he didn't close his eyes.
Good for him. That's a true thespian right there.
It's like right on the inner lid thing. It was gross.
Or like a true Viking, I guess.
Yep.
So everyone gets to pray to this very, very phallic symbol.
Which is Odin.
Yep.
Is that Odin?
I think the center one is.
Odin looks like a big wooden penis.
Yes.
And so
Penis
everyone
is right.
goes up and caresses the big wooden penis. And everyone asks for these things. And Lagerthaand's like, please give me a son.
She plays to another god.
She prays to Freya.
Yeah.
Is that the like...
Because all the gods are inside of this house as wooden statues. So Freya's there, Lagerthaand talks to her, and then Athelstan talks to Thor. Or he doesn't talk to me, just knows who he is. Yeah, and then Bjorn and Ragnar strokes the penis.
Yep.
Strokes the penis is right.
Which is Odin.
It made me think of like the
Odin.
Alaskan like log cottages
there.
where they have the
Yep.
statues. Totem poles, thank you.
Totem
There
poles,
we go.
yep.
Made me think of that.
Yeah, that's
Similar
exactly what
concept.
maybe Native Americans
Scandinavians.
and Scandinavians talked at some time. I don't know, I'm just saying.
They could have.
Ragnar wants to know who's going to bear his sons, and he like turns his face away from Lagerthaand when he does it.
Yep.
Because it's obviously not her, right? Is that where we're going right now?
Well,
Because
she's
they've talked
messing up,
about
right?
bastard children before. I don't know. I wonder how it will come into play of him having bastard children.
Right. Yeah.
But their culture doesn't seem totally against them the way other ones are. Like, you don't get any rights, but it is known that you're not the direct descendant.
Right.
Yeah.
Very
We've got a lot
interesting.
of comments here for Lagerthaand.
Oh, do we?
Saying that Lagerthaand can handle anything. She's the real deal. Lagerthaand
Yes.
has always been more of a boss than Ragnar. Sorry, Ragnar. I want Catherine Winnick, which is Lagerthaand, to be Captain Marvel so bad, but apparently they are offering the role to Brie Larson.
I love Brie Larson.
But I love Catherine Winnick
Catherine
more.
Winnick would be so awesome. And she's actually like a trained fighter.
I was
Didn't
gonna
we
say
learn this in
you
real life?
believe it when
She's-
she fights.
Yeah, she's an awesome
Yeah.
fighter. Not that maybe Brie, you're a trained fighter too, and it would just, but this is Vikings. We love.
But she's
Catherine.
stage fighting.
Right.
Catherine Winnick is like black belt fighting.
Yeah, she like actually knows how to fight. And so these guys who don't fight, we learn that there's these sacrifices that they have to. There's 9 of everything. They're there for 9 days. They go every 9 years. Apparently, 9 has some sort of significance.
Powerful.
Yeah, so if you
Something?
guys know about this, we got some Viking history buffs out there in our audience, so you guys let us know because we're feeling stupid about this right now. But 9 goats, 9 sheep, 9 people?
Yep.
Maybe.
Only male too. I didn't see any women.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
There are no, the women are there.
But no women offered to be sacrificed.
And
And you had to be a
boy-
willing sacrifice.
Willing sacrifices, right. So now
Very
before we even
key
get to the
thing.
sacrifices,
Yeah.
Right.
we're in the presence of the gods, and what we want to do is we want to enjoy them as much as possible.
Yes.
Which looks like a Woodstock party from 1972.
Totally. Orgies, mushrooms.
Flames,
Alcohol.
candles, alcohol. There's
Total
music in the
alcohol.
background, which I didn't
It's
know
a
they made
crazy
music.
rave.
Who knew? Rave is right, but rave music. Who knew that they made music, Jaco? I didn't even know.
Well, drums, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Like they were
yeah.
very tribal music.
Right?
Simplistic.
I heard someone, I
They
honestly
had
don't
music
know.
in the Great Hall at other times.
Yeah, but that's what I'm
With the
saying.
Earl?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is and I'm not sure about this, but what our fans have been saying in the history buffs is that they didn't have
Vikings didn't have music
any
as part of their
instruments.
culture.
Yeah.
So,
So
maybe
I don't know if
this
that's
is,
true or not, but let us know in the comments. In the comments. And a thumbs up, by the way,
Yeah.
if you're at
Right.
it.
Oh, yeah.
We love those.
We
Those
like-
are really cool, James.
We like your likes.
We like your likes.
We like your thumbs up somewhere. Get it? Thanks. And so in the party, Athelstan is having this like, he's torn
Trip.
between 2 worlds. Like he's like,
Yeah.
I better eat the mushrooms to hang out with everybody.
I wanna be
but then,
cool.
Like, it's making
Want the
me
cool kids to like me.
crazy, right? And then this like weird lady comes up and she's like, I need to give you a bath.
The weird lady is the old Earl's
It's,
daughter.
Yeah, it's Earl's daughter.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So we've got a comment here from Adrienne.
Adriadne?
Sorry.
Hi,
She said
Adriadne,
that
welcome back.
She said there are 9 realms in the Norse mythology.
Oh,
so 9
that's
levels
nines.
of of like whatever.
Are there
makes sense.
9 gods too? It would make sense that there are 9
I
gods.
wish there is.
He rattles off a whole bunch of names when he's.
Oh
putting
yeah,
blood on
right.
them,
It sounds about 9.
Maybe it sounded
Maybe.
like
Hopefully
about
it's not
9.
10, because then we'll fuck up a whole.
There's a bonus one.
Yeah.
Right, and the bonus
Yeah.
god. They do get a bonus visitor though in Uppsala because all of a sudden King Horik shows up like out of the blue. And
King
comes
of
in
the
by
Vikings.
In disguise.
kicking the priests.
Yeah.
Flying a chicken is so playful, loving it.
He thinks he's hilarious.
He does think. I thought he was
Yeah,
hilarious.
I
Yeah,
think
it
it's
was.
great.
I thought it was pretty funny.
The priest didn't think he was funny though.
Oh. They're like, who are
They
you?
were slapping you with sticks. Slap happy. It's good.
Were the
Fun
priests-
time, right?
Priests slapping sticks, Jaco?
Yeah, slapping
They
sticks
could
each
have been
other.
behind closed doors.
Not good. That's gross. Ooh, I sang. That's the first singing tonight. I got through
Was there-
30.
Think you're freaky and I like it a lot.
I was gonna say, yeah, I thought we were singing earlier.
Oh,
too.
maybe I was.
Yeah.
So King Horik comes in. He's
Mm-hmm.
there. Everyone's excited. Earlier on, Ragnar mentioned he's like, I got to meet this dude.
He's a
And
good, ambitious man, so good thing, good plan.
They do meet.
Mm-hmm.
And King Horik, I thought was borderline on Ragnar's jock.
Yeah, I got that.
Wait, what?
Like,
He was-
do
he
you
was
know what that
almost-
means? On his jock? Like you like the dude a little too much.
Oh, I thought you mean he was almost.
Well, if you've
Oh,
heard,
like actually in his jock.
No Jock or Johnson or anything to talk here. I just thought he was always being too nice, almost mocking him in a sense, like using him. I don't know what you
I
guys
go
think.
more with the using. But if you're hearing all these legends of this cool dude and now you're meeting him, because if this is like the first guy to really successfully go west,
Right.
because there's been enough to go west that they know it's England over there.
Right.
But this guy's made the most successful raiding parties. You might be like, yes, you're excited to meet him, but also he could be buttering him up. Like, yeah, you're so great. You should be
something.
joining me, and I think I can help you out. I think it's a mix of both. He's admiring and trying to use him.
Which is exactly what he does,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
And he's
does.
like, look, we need to join forces. Well,
Yeah.
Ragnar's like, let's join forces and go west. And the king's like, do you serve me? Because I can't have people trying to get outside of what I do.
Yep.
And Ragnar's like, yeah, cool.
Fealty and frailty and whatever they call
Yeah.
it. But they also say they are going to go west, and they talk about Francia now at this point. Mm-hmm. Right? Francia?
Yeah.
First
Which I think is
time.
France.
Exactly.
Yes, ma'am.
Yep.
I mean, not that we know what Francia
Well, no, we know
is.
what Francia is. Anybody knows what Francia is.
Do we? Oh, yeah, anyone.
I mean, my first guess was France.
See?
Everyone knows what Francia is. So we're going to go to Francia. It's even bigger and badder and bolder and richer than England. So screw those guys. We're going into these other places. And the king's like, that's all great. That's all super fine and dandy. But before we roll out, I need your help.
Jarl Borg is what you need to help me with.
Yep.
This dude has been stealing my lands. He's got claims to my lands. He almost invaded me, but at last minute, kind of withdrew. So I want to have you sort him out for me.
And that's kind of how he puts it, Jaco, right?
Sure.
Sort him out.
Me.
Yeah, just
Ragnar's like, all
kinda-
right.
He says something very key at the end of this. If you sort him out for me
Oh, I will be in your debt.
forever.
I'll be forever in your debt.
So all of a sudden you're the king, but now you have just like said, if you handle this, I'll be in your debt forever. Earl Ragnar. Muy interesante, as we would say in the Espanol. So this really gets super intense at the end here, particularly with Athelstan.
Yeah.
So the crazy seer, who we finally see his full-on face in the light, I think for the first time.
So is it burned off?
eyes.
It looks like that.
I was going to
But
say,
he
you
sees.
never find out how they came that way, right?
So
So far,
we
no.
haven't
Okay.
found
So far
out,
we
no.
don't.
So far, you haven't.
So far we
I
haven't
want to
found
say
it.
it looks like a burn. And then there you go. As the
Burns.
NP, does it look more like a burn?
Yes, they do
Okay.
look like burns. There's some scars in there, but it looks like a burn.
Well, because it's
for
not.
sure. Like,
It's not concave,
like
you know,
melted
like,
and-
and
yeah.
it's not where the socket is because it's over, and
It's
that
all
looks
over.
like scar tissue.
But his eyes actually don't matter because he sees the future.
Yes.
So he actually he walks
and he knows how to
around
walk around just fine.
fine. So
Yeah,
he doesn't
without
need
a
those.
stick or anything.
And what he does see is what happens with Athelstan when he goes in with
Yeah.
the priest.
And the priest is like, "Did you come here willingly?" He's like, "Yeah." And he's totally clueless about this, and you're just sitting there. And I was like, "No, they're not gonna get rid of him this soon. I really like this character. No way." And then they ask some questions.
See him trying to do it here, and Athelstan's like holding his like
his little cross.
Yeah.
and his thing, and he's
hiding
like-
it from his.
And he
sleeve.
does what very, very biblical thing.
Yes,
in
denied God 3 times.
Tres
Actually, it's interesting though
veces.
that they specifically said Jesus because it would be more God because they said Jesus isn't a God, so and they're playing too. But
It's very interesting. Right?
technicalities.
And Judas technically denounces Jesus 3 times.
Yeah.
It's not God. So.
Oh no, Peter.
Oh, Peter. Thank you.
Peter before the cock
Oh.
crows 3 times before the cock crows.
Boom, we got a religious scholar over here. Who knew? Thank you. You can make that number 5 because that was a good boom, by the way. I think that was a good boom. So the seer gets everybody
He's like,
together
oh, hold up.
from Catacut, and he's
Yeah.
like, you guys, dude, this ain't this.
Someone else needs to volunteer. You can't use Athelstan. The gods will not be pleased.
Because he doesn't believe.
He doesn't believe it's not going to happen. So who? That
Oh, and I like
tall
that
drink
guy
of water.
too.
Oh, that what's his name, James?
Oh, I liked him.
It's Leif. That's my
Leif.
boyfriend,
I
Leif.
like
Leif.
him.
Leif. He gets up. He's like, I'll do
I
it.
wanted Eye Patch
I'll take
Dude to
the
go.
honor.
Because him, I'm like, I know him,
iPad
but
dude?
there's
Oh,
a guy with the eye
eye
patch.
Uh-huh.
Which I'm like, oh, I know who that is, but I'm not. So, but the tall guy, I'm like, no.
But I think this was good. I think they needed it to be someone of substance.
Yeah.
This is like has been
That's a better
Ragnar's boy
sacrifice.
from the beginning, right?
Yeah.
It is a better sacrifice.
He was
It's-
on the previously clip too, because he's like, I serve you, and he's like, you're my friend.
Right, you don't have to
Yeah,
serve.
you didn't
Yeah.
have to
Right,
serve.
all that shit comes
But
back
then
to
again,
play.
there's a weird contradiction though, because their culture is they're happy to die and go to Valhalla. Now the question too is, when they're sacrificing like this, they still go to Valhalla? Yes, because
Absolutely
you're a
at
sacrifice.
Uppsala, yeah, because
Yeah.
you're sacrificing.
You're the most
at
direct
Uppsala.
line to the gods.
Yeah,
probably.
this is like
Yeah, okay.
you don't
That's
even
what I
Highway
thought.
to hell. Or Valhalla.
said in unison.
Yeah.
And then this crazy scene at the end. This was really
That kind of beautiful blood though, the way they shot it was kind of beautiful and gross at the same time.
it was. And I have to this
The
is the
slow-mo sweeping the blood across the table.
we're not giving away anything that you guys don't already know. You guys know that Jaco and I have seen already all of the episodes of this, and it is fascinating to go back and redo this. And I
Okay.
will tell you, the first time I watched this scene, I did not get emotionally upset, and this time I did. I was like
Because he died?
tearful, and yeah,
Oh no,
clearly have
I was sad he died.
formed a relationship with these guys. And speaking of relationships, really quick, before we get to predictions, we just have to touch on Siggy and Rollo's relationship right quick before we bounce out, because it's important.
Oh yes, it is. He's like being a total asshole, and then
Mm-hmm.
she is smart, and it's the exact same kind of character in Glee, though I must say. It's the
Does she?
same. Yeah, she's the same kind of manipulative woman, and like, oh yeah, well guess what? Well, you were having your breakfast and being an asshole to me. Ragnar's meeting over at the king over there, and guess what? I could have told you all that, but you're not listening to me. And then he's like, oh fuck,
You're
my
right.
bad, woman.
So Siggy all of a sudden throws down her gauntlet of power.
Yep, she's
her
like,
axe
you
of
need
power.
me. We
So-
need each other.
We do need each other. So there you have it, season 1, episodes 7 and 8. Rest in peace, Leif.
Yeah.
We miss you. You are the ultimate sacrifice. Before we go on, predictions.
We'll do them really fast.
AfterBuzz TV predictions.
I was wondering if there'd be an argument with Athelstan about the religion thing, but they might not touch upon that again. Ragnar's going to get somebody else pregnant, probably pretty soon. They'll be going back to Northumbria because they probably got to do revenge on that king for being a douchebag. And yeah, we'll just stop there.
Wow. Excellent predictions. Very good, Kari Lane.
Thank you.
Which is where you can find her online. You can find me online, by the way. My name is James Simmons. You can find me all over social media at AskTheNP.
And yes, he said my name, but just so you know how to spell it, it's Karidlane.
You guys can find me, Jaco Vennings, all over social media.
And we thank you guys so much. We'll wide camera out here to everybody. We love you, audience. Thank you for watching us live. Thank you for watching afterwards. We love your comments. We love you. This is all about you guys. Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV Vikings After Show. We will
Yes,
see you next
thank
week.
you. Thank you. Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.